L.S. Lowry was a 20th century English artist famous for painting matchstick figures based around industrial landscapes. He visited Berwick upon Tweed many times from the mid-1930s until the summer before he died. Altogether, Lowry produced a fascinating group of more than 30 drawings and paintings of the Berwick area. The Lowry Trail follows in the footsteps of the great artist and allows visitors to experience some of the hidden gems of Berwick which Lowry discovered on his many holidays here. The trail identifies the sites of many of his finest paintings, drawings and memories of the town. Location 1 of the trail starts at Dewars Lane, shown here on a 3D map. The location is a hidden alleyway off Bridge Street where the information board is located. This is an alleyway of medieval origin. In this version of Lowry's sketch, by including an inquisitive child who has wandered in alone and looks up at the intimidating buildings on either side, he has introduced an air of menace into the scene. The building on the right with its drunken leaning wall is an 18th century granary, rebuilt after a fire around 1815. The camera now reveals the current view of Dewars Lane. This current view of Dewars Lane has remained basically unchanged since the drawing was made. A side-by-side comparison shows how Lowry interpreted what he was drawing with his own style of artistic license. The Lowry Trail now moves on to location 2 at Polis Street. Lowry has modified the style of the houses in this rapid pencil sketch. He has also noted the colours of the buildings, suggesting that he may have planned to paint the scene. The current scene is now revealed. A side-by-side comparison shows how the scene has been mainly preserved from Lowry's sketch. The Lowry Trail continues a short distance to Infoboard 3, located on Pier Road. This Lowry pencil sketch shows the pier and lighthouse, both built in the early 1800s. Behind the pier, Lowry has drawn a large boat. He told friends that he had once gone to sea for the day on an Eyemouth fishing boat. The camera now reveals the current view of the pier and lighthouse. A side-by-side comparison shows the simplicity of the subject and Lowry's interpretation. An enjoyable walk along the pier reaches Infoboard 4, located at the base of the lighthouse. This picture is called The Sea, 1942, oil on canvas. At some time in the 1940s, Lowry produced the first of many empty seascapes. This is one of the first, which suggests the eerie desolation of the North Sea in wintertime. The current video was taken from the same point at the end of the pier. It tries to capture the seascape as it would have been seen by the artist. A side-by-side comparison shows Lowry's adaptation of the view compared with the current view. The next part of the trail reaches an info board at location 5. The painting described is called On the Sands, 1959, oil on canvas. It is based on a strong geometrical design, but the two litter bins and a typical Lowry dog in the foreground help break up the symmetry. By drawing the roof of the little building up to an absurd point, Lowry has transformed it into a surreal pagoda. The camera now reveals the current beach hut. The original beach shelter painted by Lowry was threatened with demolition in 1999 and restored in 2001. A side-by-side comparison gives some idea of how Lowry painted the scene. The walking trail moves on to the lions at location 6. The photograph, taken in 1971, refers to the house known as the Lions, which Lowry thought about buying in the summer of 1947. He didn't purchase the house due to damp issues. The camera now reveals the house. The house dates from 1807 and pot lions are featured on the gates. By 1971 the house became derelict. Threatened with demolition in 1976, the Lions was bought for the Berwick-upon-Tweed Preservation Trust by Colonel Jim Smale and restored through the generosity of a consortium of local businessmen. A side-by-side comparison shows how the Lions has changed from its state of dereliction in 1976 to its current state following full renovation. The Berwick Lowry Trail continues in part 2 of the 3-part series.